Hey there guys, how's it going? So yeah man, back with another post-fight review. I just got done watching Magomed Kurbanov defeat Diego Chavez by decision. Shout out to RCC Boxing Promotions. They did the full card for free on YouTube. You know, they often do stream their cards live on YouTube, and it was in HD. And yeah, shout out to them. It was really good. I enjoyed the card, man. There was some very good fights. Um, yeah, this main event was an interesting one to me. I wasn't too sure who to pick going into it because although I did favour Kurbanov just purely based on how much younger and more energetic he is at this stage of his career, and of course the fact that he was fighting at home, I was cognitive of the fact that Diego Chavez is an extremely awkward fighter. If you guys have ever seen Diego Chavez fight, I mean, I remember watching him fight live years ago when he fought Brandon Rios. I'm pretty sure that fight was on Box Nation. I remember watching that, and yeah, he was beating the crap out of Brandon Rios, giving him all sorts of problems. And Rios won the fight by disqualification. I remember Chavez was just doing all sorts of crazy holding and pushing his glove into his face and stuff like that. Very awkward fighter who knows all the tricks. And in this fight, he sort of old manned his way through it. I felt at times that perhaps Kurbanov might be able to stop him, but the problem is that Chavez was just far too awkward. You know, every time Kurbanov would land a shot that would look like it would trouble him, Chavez would either duck low and then the referee would have to come in and break them, or he would just grab hold of him. And there was even a blatantly intentional headbutt at one point. I think it was in round 4 or 5, and it was a bit of an odd fight in terms of how it was officiated, because I remember in the eighth round, even though for the first 7 rounds of the fight, most of the roughhouse tactics and all the dirty shit was coming from Diego Chavez, yet in the eighth round, the referee took a point away from Kurbanov, and I have no idea why. They didn't even show a replay. I mean, I thought he just landed a body shot, but I guess maybe it was low or something, but it didn't look low to me. And yeah, the referee, the first time he even has to talk to Kurbanov, he takes a point away from him. Yet Chavez never got a point taken away, despite all the slick shit he was doing. So that was weird to me. There was also a knockdown in the sixth round that the referee missed. I thought that it was clearly a knockdown, but Chavez indicated to the referee that he slipped. And yeah, it was a fun fight. I enjoyed it. You know, it was competitive. It asked a lot of questions of Kurbanov. He certainly had to work hard for the victory. He got 12 rounds experience. And it was a decent fight. It was a decent enough card too. They had Evgeny Tishenko on the undercard, big cruiserweight, former Olympic gold medalist, big southpaw. You know, really hard puncher. Absolutely just whipped the guy he was fighting. The Kazakh guy that he was fighting, he was just way too small and just couldn't match him. And yeah, that was, I felt that he was kind of playing with him in there. You know, Tishenko was very imposing, and it was good to see him get some rounds in too. You know, because obviously, when you've been knocking people out early, it helps to see if you can, translate that power into the later rounds, which he certainly did. There was the Evgeny Chubrikov got stopped in 4 rounds, which I felt was slightly premature. I felt he was just up on the ropes, blocking punches and looking to make the guy miss, but I guess the referee didn't agree, and yeah, he pulled him out. Other than that, it was a decent enough card. You know, there was some good scraps. Some good brawls that were quite close and competitive. And yeah, I thought it was a decent enough card. And I think Magomed Kurbanov, I would like to see him challenge for a title at some point. I really would, because he's been ranked very highly for a long time, and he actually was due to fight for a title earlier this year, but I think he had visa issues. He was meant to fight in France, but yeah, the title fight never happened, and maybe they could reschedule that one and get him that title shot, because I think he's been due a title shot for a while, even though he's still got things to work on. He's a young, up and coming undefeated contender, so that's pretty much all I have to say about it. I mean, Diego Chavez, this is a guy who was beating Brandon Rios before he drew, and before he was disqualified, and of course he was giving Timothy Bradley all sorts of trouble in that fight. I mean, that fight was officially a draw, even though I thought Bradley won it personally. It was officially a draw, so it was a good scalp on the record for Kurbanov. So let me know what you guys think anyway. Thanks for watching, and God bless.